it's Channon Rose, and today's video is going to be about my boyfriend and how I found out he was cheating on me. So let's just start with how I met this guy. I met this guy on Facebook, and this was like years ago when I guess Facebook was cooler. I don't think it's so cool anymore. So we met on Facebook and we were going back and forth, and this guy was super, super hot, like really hot. This was when I lived in LA. We exchanged phone numbers on Facebook and we started texting, and I was just asking him like, oh, what do you do in LA? And he was like, oh, like I'm an actor and a model. And I knew for sure he was a model because he looked like one, but like everybody in LA says they're an actor. If you've ever lived there, you would know that. And I'm not trying to like put anybody down, but by actor, I mean they're probably like a waiter or like a bartender somewhere or like a club promoter, because it's hard to be an actor in LA. Unless you do porn, girl. Then you could definitely act. They'll take anyone. They took me. That goes to show. So I met him. Everything was super cool. He was like really hot, super cool guy, and he said that he acted, and I was just like, oh god. Like I was looking at my friend as I was texting him like he's a fucking bartender or some shit. Well, he actually didn't like work. That's all he did was act and model, like when we started dating. And when I met him for the first time, I was like, oh my god, this guy's like so fucking hot. Like he was just as hot in person as he was in his pictures, and I was like, yes girl, I found my man. He was cute, but he had issues, and let me tell you, that was not a good relationship, but we'll get into that in a second. So our first couple dates were awesome. Like we totally hit it off and we got along really well. We really liked each other, and then like things started getting more serious, and eventually we ended up moving in together after a while. When you live with your boyfriend, it's really hard to like imagine them cheating on you, right? Like you don't even, at least for me, like I didn't really think those thoughts because we kind of like were together all the time, and you know, we lived together. But then it got to the point where like I started getting suspicious of certain things. Like he would never leave his phone. That is like a huge sign. I guess like we have passwords now. Did we have passwords then? I'm trying to think. We probably did. But either way, that is like a huge red flag. I'm addicted to my phone. So obviously like I take my phone with me everywhere. But if like your significant other is like being very protective of their phone and like making sure that like you don't go through it. Sorry, I just got a text from one of my friends. I just got a sweet text from my friend Bree. Girl, I love you, Bree, if you're watching this. Back to the story. I get distracted really easily. Hello! Focus, Shannon. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, like the phone thing. So if someone's like protecting their phone, they don't want you going through their phone, or like you go to get on their phone and you're like, what are you doing? Like things like that, like those little like suspicious like red flags. Girl, let me tell you, there's something to hide. They have something to hide. At least in my case, he did. So I was just like, whatever. I didn't really think much about it. I was just like, that's fucking shady, but like, whatever. We live together. I highly doubt he's cheating on me. He'd be one stupid mofo to be cheating on me, let me tell you. If you start cheating on me, that's when I get crazy. Guys are always like, that bitch was so crazy. My ex-girlfriend was so crazy. She was probably crazy for a reason, okay? Like, we don't get crazy for no reason. So that was like the first thing, was like him being really weird about his phone. And then like we would be laying in bed and he'd be on his laptop, I'd be on my laptop, and then I would like go to like give him a kiss, and he would like turn his computer screen so I couldn't look at what he was like doing, or he would click out really quick of whatever he was on. And that's when I started to get like more suspicious, because I was like, okay, first the phone thing, now the computer. Who the fuck are you talking to? Like, what are you doing? You are up to no good. And it wasn't like, oh, he was like watching porn or something, like, because at least for me, hello, I did porn, like that's not something I would get upset about. For some people, I can see how if their significant other is watching porn, like people, like girls or women or guys maybe could get upset about that. I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons. It's hard for me to like think of reasons, but I'm very different because obviously, for obvious reasons, let's just leave it at that. So I knew it wasn't that. It had to be something else. And so I just automatically assumed in my mind that maybe he had been talking to other girls. And this was like over a span of like many months, you guys, probably like 6 to 9 months, where like I wasn't like checking his shit or like going through his phone or his computer, but like I had been getting suspicious like over that long period of time. We were together, I think, for like 4 years. That just goes to like show you our relationship length. Maybe we'll help you better understand. So my boyfriend at the time, he didn't really like go and do things on his own very often. Like he would go and walk his dog, or he would go and get food, but like he was never gone for like long periods of time. And so it was really hard for me to think like he is like physically cheating on me with somebody else. I thought maybe he was just like talking to girls like online, like he had been talking to me when we first started dating. So that's just like what I was thinking this whole time. Okay, so this is where the story starts to get good. Are you guys ready? We were in our living room. And this was at like my old haunted house. I don't know if you guys remember, but I used to live in a house that was like very haunted. And we lived in like the back part of the guest house, and we didn't have like showers back there. So if we wanted to shower or like hang out with everybody else that lived in the house, we'd go into like the main part of the house. So we were in the main part of the house, and he was like, you know, we were gonna take showers and like watch a movie in the living room of the main house. And so he had gone to go get in the shower, and that motherfucker, that dumbass left his phone and didn't bring it into the bathroom. You best believe this bitch is gonna be going through that phone. And so I waited till like, this is such a sneaky, like, I feel bad even saying this. You shouldn't do this unless you have like real reasons to be going through your partner's phone. So I wanted to wait until like the shower was turned on, so I knew that like he wasn't gonna like come back out or something for some reason, because you know you start getting like paranoid when you're about to do something like you shouldn't be doing. So my heart is like pounding, and I'm like, fuck dude, I'm gonna like fucking catch him. I'm gonna see if like he's been talking to girls, because I'm like so convinced that he is talking to girls on his phone. And so I hear the shower turn on. My little hand snatches that phone real quick. I'm like shaking, you guys. I'm sweating, my heart is pounding. I feel like really shitty for doing this, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna catch this motherfucker. I just know I am. Shit is about to go down right now. So I'm like going through his phone. I'm looking through texts. I don't see anything. Like I don't see any like girls or like numbers that don't have like names on them or anything like that. So I don't see any texts or anything. I see just texts from like me and like his mom and like his friends. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check Facebook, because you guys, Facebook is where we met and like where we started talking. So I'm like, okay, maybe he's talking to girls on Facebook. As soon as I click on Facebook, that motherfucker comes out in a towel because he knew he forgot his phone, and my ass just fucking flings the phone like back on the couch and like goes like this, like I wasn't doing anything. I literally almost got caught. I don't know if he knew that like I was looking on his phone, but he was just like, oh, I forgot my phone, and like grabs it. I'm like, what do you need your phone for? Like once I knew I didn't get caught. Oh my god, you guys, you should, I wish I was vlogging then. That would have been like the best reaction of like me getting caught, like going through my boyfriend's phone, of like me fucking flinging that shit and then being like, what, wasn't me, I wasn't doing anything. It's like a little kid like getting caught with like my hand in the cookie jar. So he grabs his phone, and then I get upset and I'm like, what do you need your phone for? You're taking a shower. He's like, I want to listen to music. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, what am I gonna say to that? So I tried, didn't work very well. So then I felt really bad, because I was like, fuck, I was so close, right? And I couldn't do it. I think he knew that I was like going through his phone, because I think after that he ended up putting like a password on it. And I know that like one day when he was like taking a nap, I like went to try to look on his phone again, and it had been locked, so I wasn't able to go through it. So I was like, that motherfucker. Once I found out he put a lock on his phone, which was probably because of me going through his phone, but still, like, he didn't say anything, and I don't think like he wanted to get into that whole thing, because oh, that would have been a hot mess. Like, let me go through your phone, motherfucker. I don't trust you. So then once he put a password on his phone, then I was just like, all hell broke loose. Now I was fucking determined. Now this was like my mission, to go through his shit and find out that he's been like talking to other girls and like, you know, whatever, see if he's cheating on me. What the fuck, dude? Okay, this is the second time that like my necklace has come undone. This is a clamp necklace. I know you guys can't see it, but there's no reason that this should have come undone. This is the second video that this has happened. It happened like a while ago. That really creeps me out. I'm just taking it off now because I'm just scared. Okay, ghost, don't be fucking with me now. You're on camera, bitch. Okay, where was I? I just got distracted. Like I was saying, it was my fucking mission to get in his fucking shit and find him, like catch him cheating. Because at this point, I didn't trust him. And if you're with someone that you don't trust, like you shouldn't be with them, because you'll be miserable and it will make you crazy. Like it legitimately made me crazy. Finally, like, I don't know, it must have been like a week later, I was determined, like I said, to go through his shit. And I knew that he put a lock on his phone, so I didn't know how the fuck I was gonna, like, be able to find anything now. But let me tell you, if you really want to do something, you will find a way, girl. And I did. So it was the middle of the night. He was, like, dead asleep. And I got onto his laptop. And he had not signed out of Facebook. So I was able to go in. Let me tell you what I found. He had been not talking to just one girl, but 3 girls, like super hot girls on Facebook. And they had already had each other's phone numbers, so they had been texting, but they had also been messaging each other on Facebook. This is the thing, you guys. On Facebook, like normally, you know how like now it says like, oh, in a relationship with, and you put like your girlfriend or whoever you're with. Back then, we didn't have that on our Facebooks. So these girls had no idea that he had a girlfriend, or, you know, obviously he didn't tell them he had a girlfriend. And so he's talking to his girls. One of the girls was his ex-girlfriend that knew he had a girlfriend. So she knew that like we had been together, and she was like still talking to him, and they were trying to like meet up, like find time to meet up. And then I had seen another message, not to a girl, but to one of his friends that I knew and hung out with. And he was like, yeah, like, I want to hang out with her, but I need to find a way to get away from Shannon to be able to like go hang out with her. Like, his friends were in on the cheating. I could not believe it. Like, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, how awful can these people be? I was so annoyed. Anyways, I woke that motherfucker up and was like, what is this? Like showing him the computer. And he knew that he had been caught. And let me tell you, it was not a pretty night. I woke him up out of dead sleep. Like, bitch, you're in trouble. Let's just say he ended up staying at a friend's house last night. I threw all of his shit. I took all of his shit, because this was my house that he was living in. I took all of his shit and fucking threw it from like our guest house. We like was the backyard, and then you go around to like the front part of the house. So it wasn't like I was throwing his shit in the front yard. It was our backyard, but still. I fucking took all of his shit like after I woke him up and told him like, fuck you. And I was like crying and so pissed off. Like, I loved him. We were living together. We had been together for like years, you know, and I thought I was gonna marry this guy. Ugh, thank God I didn't. That would have been a big mistake. That would have been like a divorce 3 months later. I fucking threw his laptop, broke that, threw all of his fucking shit. I was so mad, you guys. Like, you don't want to cheat on me because I will break a lot of your shit. I was so mad, so mad. So yeah, I basically destroyed all of his stuff, threw it all into the backyard, into like dirt and grass, and told him to get the fuck out. And that's basically how I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me, because I went through his shit, because he was throwing up red flags left and right and acting really fucking suspicious. You just kind of have to trust your intuition in those situations, because if I felt like he was cheating on me, but I didn't try to go find it, who knows, maybe I would still be with him and he would be cheating on me the whole time and I would be really unhappy. Who knows like what would happen in those situations. So take my advice, trust your instincts. If you feel like someone is cheating on you, they probably are. Have good communication with your partner and only date people that you trust. That's my advice, because the person I'm with now, you guys know him, Travis, my husband, amazing guy. I totally trust him. Not once have I ever gone through his phone or felt like I needed to. I just feel really happy. Like, I know that he would never do something like that to hurt me. He's just like too good of a person. And my last boyfriend was not like that. And I knew that about him. So sometimes it's hard to admit that the person that you love is not a good person for you. But in the end, it's for the best. It took a long time for me to get over that, but I'm glad that I did. Moral of the story, trust your instincts. If you're gonna be sneaky, make sure you have a good reason to be sneaky and going through people's shit. Alright, you guys, so that was my story. I hope that you guys like it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you guys all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. I feel like such a failure showing this. Like, it's like a science experiment project.